Hey guys, good morning, everyone. Let me go and set up this room real quick and then we can get started. It's 6:19 right now, so the market is going to open in about 11 minutes. So let me just get everything all set up here and then we can get started with our analysis. Today is Friday, January 21st. So we're going to be a bit cautious today because, Friday is one of the riskier days to trade. So I will send this link out to you guys here in the premium, then we can get started with our analysis for the day. Okay. Looks good. Solid. All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Let me let everybody into the room real quick and then we can get started. See, morning, Femi, morning, Kenneth, morning, Stephen, morning, Fahad, morning, everyone. People are still making their way in, so I'm gonna let this get started. Yeah, Paul in the group said that I call it the mid-market reversal. Guys, so like the mid-market reversal is actually, I think I'm going to start taking that trade because whenever you see the mid-market reversal turn in the direction of liquidity, it usually like blasts right through it. It's a lot of profit that you can be catching. I'll try to go over that maybe next week. Today, it's not going to work because the market is closing today during lunch. So I wouldn't recommend taking anything past the live session. But yeah, also this morning, guys. So this morning I did mark up these liquidity areas over here. And as you guys can see, it played up pretty nicely. I do these liquidity areas down here. We had a couple of sells right here, a variation version 2. And as soon as it came down right here, it just broke right through it. And it could have been an easy trade to catch. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw the areas of liquidity before market open. It's 6:23 right now, so the market is going to open in about a few minutes now. So I'm just going to mark these up so that we can kind of anticipate where price is possibly going to, push, obviously. We do have a lot of liquidity to the upside right here. Obviously, you can see there's a lot of areas that have not been broken. So we'll see. I know today's going to be a bit weird because Biden is speaking today, so we might get some manipulation to the upside before it drops. So price might go up until like 8, and then it'll just dump right back down when Biden starts speaking, because Biden tends to cause the market to drop pretty heavily. And I think that's it for these areas of liquidity here. Only going back to like maybe around midnight, but yeah, as you guys can see, there's a lot of liquidity up here that needs to be triggered. The ones from the bottom pretty much got triggered for the most part already. 6:24 right now. Market is opening in about 6 minutes. So let me just scroll down. Morning, Fahad. Morning, Paul. Morning, Essa. Morning, Peter. Morning, Miles. Morning, Maria. Morning, Nick. Morning, Brenda. Morning, Odot. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Scotty. Morning, Mauricio. And morning, everyone else. So, all right, looks solid right here. This is going to be the my chart, the markups. I'm going to go over to the clean chart over here as well. And I'm going to drop the same zone so that you guys can anticipate, where price is likely to go, obviously. So let me just draw some lines over here. I'm going to draw the times as well so that you guys are all aware of where market opens, where market tends to go into consolidation, you know, stuff like that. It's going to help with identifying certain things in the market. So we got that there. And hopefully you guys can see, I'm like drawing up all of these liquidity areas like in a minute or less. So it's not very difficult to draw these areas of liquidity. It's just, you know, it's a matter of focus and repetition. So once you guys understand how to do this stuff properly and consistently, you guys can easily do it. I did all this within a minute. So it's not that difficult to mark stuff up like this. It's just a matter of, you know, paying attention and getting stuff down. It's not that difficult. You know, sometimes people will take hours and hours to analyze things. With the K2 indicators, that pretty much chops it down to minutes, if not seconds, if you guys are doing things properly. So I'm pretty much putting these vertical lines here at the hour so that we can see how market moves by the hour. Also to possibly see where the mid-market reversal may be coming. As you guys can see, price is starting to push to the upside. I believe if we have a spike to the upside right here, which we're probably going to get, a manipulated push to the upside. That's my guess. Reason for that's because CNBC reported that Dow is going to be down for the day. Right here, you can see they said Wall Street looks like it's going to extend its losing streak. You know, whenever a CNBC reports on something, the market usually does the opposite. So I do see it pushing to the upside. It'll probably trigger all of this liquidity up here. And it'll probably just push pretty high. You know, it'll break through all these areas and then it'll come right back down because Biden is speaking at 8. So as soon as he speaks, he'll come right back down. So it's something to, you know, keep in mind. And you can see right here, price is still pushing up higher. So first area of liquidity is going to be right here. And I think if price pushes past this area, it's going to push up to this next level right here. So we'll see what happens shortly. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it pushes even higher. So we got all these areas of liquidity marked up right here. Looks like we're good to go on this chart. Market is opening in about 3 minutes. So let's see what happens here. Other than that, let's see. Yeah, Rick said the Biden Yellen double confluence, right? Yeah, so Biden and Yellen are going to be speaking today. They both are not good for the market. So we'll see that manipulated push to the upside. If we do get that manipulated push, I don't recommend anyone chase it. Catch it as it comes back down. Because you know, my guess is that it's going to come right back down. And you can see right here, it's pushing past this area of liquidity that we just marked up. I wouldn't be surprised if it pushes up to the next level, which is right here. But the market is opening in about 2 minutes, so I don't recommend anyone chase any of these buys. It's just going to be a matter of time. Yeah, Paul said push to the upside on open, crash down when the dynamic duo appears, right? Yeah, and there's a version 2 right here, just like Charlie said. I would not take that version 1 right there, actually. I would not take that version 1 because it's probably gonna push liquidity to the upside. Also, market is opening in 2 minutes. So we're probably gonna get that pushed up right now as market opens. Looking over at retail sentiment, it's currently 61% long. So we're looking for sells here. Also looking at futures data, it's currently 172 points in the red. So we're definitely not looking for any buys today, even though we're gonna get that spike up. And check it out, guys. It's doing exactly what we anticipated, right? Hit liquidity, pushed up higher. Once it hits this area, it's probably gonna push up even higher from here to there. So don't fall for this trap right here, guys. Be very careful. Market is opening in about a minute. So you guys wanna be very careful with these moves here, but it did hit liquidity, pushed up, failed to meet this area of liquidity, so it didn't push up higher. But when it does reach this area up here, it'll probably push up even more. So market is opening in about 40 seconds, guys. Be careful and be patient. Don't hop into anything unless you're absolutely certain price is going to go that direction. You know, I'm going to be very careful myself. It's just going to be a matter of patience and waiting for these entries to present themselves. All right, so market is now opening in about 20 seconds. There we go. As price pushes back up, look when price reaches this area, liquidity. some more liquidity. It's going to push up even higher. It did exactly what we anticipated, right? It's going to push up more liquidity right there, farther, 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 farther. Look, guys, it's going. I kind of wish I took this liquidity push here because it did exactly what we anticipated, right? Check it out. My markup right there. All that liquidity hit. And here it goes. It comes back down. Spot on the analysis there, guys. So, yeah, just give it some time right there and just wait. Everything that I said was going to happen right here. It hit all the areas of liquidity, right? Came up, reached that area, came right back down. So, I mean, as we continue to apply this and I start to show you guys, it's going to make a lot more sense. And when it does make a lot more sense, I could be able to catch these moves here in the morning. I might have to get a YOLO account and with the to just let these trades run, you know, it did exactly what we anticipated right there. Here's my markup, pushed right up and it came right back down. So let's see what's going on over here. All right, so let's see. I'm still looking for sells, guys, so I'm not looking to take any buys here. I'm gonna let more come along. More areas of liquidity down here before I hop into some sells, because it's going to keep pushing up, and as it does that, it'll create areas of liquidity down here. So when Biden speaks and it comes back down, we know exactly where price is likely to, you know, be going, and it is coming down right now. If it hits this area right here, it'll probably drop. For the breakout, there was no breakout that came up over here. Charlie. So this right here, this wouldn't have been in the breakout because the candle right here is a little too big. Well, the wick, I mean, not the candle, but the wick right here, it's a little too big off that. We generally want like little to no wick. And for the breakout, you want to be trading the direction of the retail sentiment. So retail sentiment was long, you're looking for sells here. So even if there was a breakout candle that was to come here for a buy, we wouldn't have taken this one here. Actually, the market opened right here at 6:30. So we would be looking for a buy candle, but because the momentum signal right here was a green. In order for us to take the sell like this one right here, Charlie, it would need to be a sell signal before it. So let me just clean this up a little bit because it's just too messy. I just saw your message, Tracy. Yeah, I know we just got lucky, right? The none of this analysis actually works. It's just, you know, we got lucky right before. If you guys don't catch the sarcasm, we're just being sarcastic here. So anyways, yeah, the liquidity that hit perfectly. I just wanted to clean it up so I can show you guys right here. So Charlie was asking about the breakout. Technically, in order for us to have a breakout here, it would need to, this would actually be the breakout here, this candle. Or maybe not this one, but maybe one that's stronger. The problem with the breakout is that it's very subjective. Like for example, if this closes with little to no wick on the top side, this would be the breakout candle because we have a buy signal and we're looking for a strong green candle. However, I wouldn't take it because it would need to line up with the confluences. So with this right here, for the sentiment, this would need to be short and this would need to be green, but it's red right now. So with that said, we're still looking for a sell, and with that, you know, there's no sell here for the breakout. But yeah, so if the candle closes like this with no wick on top, this would technically be the breakout, or this could have been considered the breakout too. You probably wouldn't take this one because it's too big of a candle, but this one right here is a decent sized candle with, you know, little to no wick. But I still probably wouldn't have taken it because it doesn't line up with the confluences. Like you got to look out for a lot of things when you're taking the breakout. You got to make sure the candles aren't too big. It's a strong candle, and it's going in the direction of the confluences. So yeah, no breakout right now at all. I don't see anything here. Yeah, exactly. Frank said big candle though. Exactly. Yeah, that's like one of the big things you guys want to keep an eye on because the big candle will indicate that there's like some sort of pullback that will likely happen right after. And it's definitely not something that you guys want to be caught up with. Anyways, price is pushing up right here. It's probably gonna hit the rest of the liquidity up here. Fundamentals are still red. They're not green yet, or they're green now. Retail sentiment is still 61% long, 62% long. A lot of people are bandwagoning onto these buys. So I do expect a bigger drop to happen at some point, probably at 8 o'clock when Biden starts speaking. Something that you guys want to keep in mind, Biden is going to be speaking at 8 o'clock. So it's probably charging up. When it hits this area, it's probably going to push up even higher. Nice. Rick's up 2,500 for this morning. Nice work, Rick. Yeah, one thing to keep an eye on is if price reaches this area over here, it's probably going to hit it. Well, when it does hit, it's going to push right through it. But I don't recommend anyone chase the move right there, because I know a lot of people are trying to take these little speculative moves where they just see price reach an area and they just want to ride the push to the upside. What I'm going to be looking for is I'm actually going to be looking for price to come back down, because I do think price is going to come back down. Let me clean all this stuff up right here because this is all done with. All right, so I think we do have another high right there, right? So I'll mark this up as the new high. I'm also going to mark up the opening price, which is 630. Right in between these. So this is opening price right here. Price is actually going below opening price. So this red line right here is where, or actually not that red line, 29. Actually, no, that is right. So I'll color it blue. This blue line right here is opening price. This is where the market actually opened. So price is dropping below opening price. As you see price go below opening price, sentiment is starting to turn back red. So if you go, I'm not sentiment, fundamentals. So you can see here it's green. If you refresh it, it's now red. So as you guys can see, this opening price is going to determine where fundamentals are sitting. So prices below, fundamentals are likely going to be red. Fundamentals are above, it's likely to be green. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw that here as well so that you guys can keep an eye on it and understand what to possibly be looking for here. Fundamentals are now green, so you can see prices pushing above. If you go over here and you refresh this, it's like right below it. There it is. It's up 6 points. So and you can see prices just bouncing around this area. So that's one way to keep fundamentals in mind without actually having it open. It's just identifying where opening price is. So if price bounces around these areas, that's where fundamentals should be sitting. So I'm still looking for some sells here. I do think it's going to come back down. This is just a manipulated push to the upside. It's it's basically stacking up a lot of sellers until Biden speaks at 8. Biden's going to speak over here at 8 o'clock. So when he does speak, and Yellen, expect price to come right back down and expect these areas of liquidity to get triggered right here. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Nice. Yeah, Steven, there's no more breakout. The breakout has to come within the first 5 minutes. So no breakout. Rick said, I just passed the challenge I bought 3 days ago, thinking I lost the other one. YOLO. Yeah, no, nice work, Rick. So Rick just passed another account, another challenge. So great work, Rick. And Rick is taking a lot of these trades off my analysis. I don't even call them trades out, but he's able to identify where these good entries are coming in. So, great work right there, Rick. One thing that Rick told me yesterday was like, I just need to follow my analysis and trust it, because it does work and it works very well. There's not really too much to it. It's really just, following the moves and taking the trades where I expect price to move along. Yeah, Rick said I stopped listening to myself, right? Weird, right? Yeah, Rick stopped listening to himself and he started just doing what we've been doing, and he's been killing it. So I think that's the key right there, Rick. Just keep pushing, and you just gotta do what you feel is right, especially if it lines up with the strategies here. Anyways, going back to the other charts over here, 3 minute. So no entries off this. I'll put the strategies up here. Professor said 3 minute daily setting up for a sell. I know we don't take dailies on Fridays. However, the liquidity zones, I may take it on a demo and follow the liquidity zones. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to practice, Professor. you know, you can always practice, because every time you practice and you actually hit your profit target, it's going to increase your confidence, right? So when your confidence increases, when you take the actual trade, you won't be scared. You'll be used to taking it already, and you'll be ready to take those entries. Looking over here at the snipes, I wouldn't take any snipes for a buy. I know there's a snipe right here for a buy. Also, this was an opening candle. So one thing that you guys want to keep in mind is that we don't take opening candle trades, because it's usually a manipulated push. And even though it's a bullish push right there, it's probably going to come right back down, because that's what we're anticipating right now as well. So one thing to always keep in mind is to not take any of those trades on the open. Let's see, Patricia's. Nice, awesome, nice work, Patricia. I was talking to Patricia right now. It looks like the breakout can probably be applied differently now, guys. Now that we have these liquidity zones, we can probably, if we see a lot of areas of liquidity, we can just ride the breakout instead of having to worry about all the requirements, because it doesn't really seem that it's necessary anymore now that we have this tool that I've put together, where it's almost like a guaranteed push almost every time. The daily yesterday hit full TP, guys. So whoever caught the daily, great work. Full TP right there. Yeah, all the trades pretty much hit yesterday. All these trades that line up with my analysis are hitting almost every single time. You can see the daily right here is probably going to be a sell. I know we don't normally take the daily on a Friday, but if it's a sell here, it looks like it's going to probably push down a bit. You guys want to keep in mind that there's areas of liquidity right here and an area of liquidity down here. So if you do get a sell entry, just make sure that it pushes past the liquidity right there. Anyways, back to the 1 minute over here. Steven, you gotta Steven's asking. So for the breakout, we will have different requirements now. No, Steven, I literally just brought up an idea. So there's no new requirements. You're getting too ahead of yourself, Steven. Just get down what you have at the moment, because you still don't have a lot of stuff down. You're barely understanding what sentiment is and fundamentals. So get down the basics, Steven. And once you get that stuff down, you'll move on to something more complex. I think the breakout's way too complex for you. So I don't think you should even apply it ever until you get the other strategies down, because you're barely getting down the pivots. And that stuff is very basic. And you even said you could teach this to elementary students, but it took you this long to get it. So I think you should focus on the stuff that's basic first, because I don't want you to get too ahead of yourself. You're trying to get into this stuff that's way too complex for you. And I know this because, if it took you years to get the pivots and stuff and these very basic strategies, you're not going to get the breakout. So, Steven, stick to the basics and don't even think about taking the breakout. You keep telling me you want to take the breakout, but you can't take the even basic stuff. So I want you to be well prepared when you start taking these breakouts, because, I want you to definitely be on point with your trades and not just taking random trades. Like last night, you took a loss, right? I told you not to trade during Asia, and you traded during Asia. So, it seems like you do the opposite of everything that I tell you to do. So, just like what Nick said right here, Steven, just, learn one thing at a time. Don't try to learn everything at a time, because if you do that, you're just going to keep blowing accounts. And I'm looking out for what's best for you. So just take it slow and try to learn things one at a time. And once you master one thing, then move on to the next one. But right now, I think you should stick to the stuff that you're still confused about until you get to the point where you can start taking other things. Anyways, there's areas of liquidity right here building up, guys. You can see there's areas of liquidity right here and an area of liquidity right here. So everything right here is probably going to be Charles said there's a version 2. I'm not looking to take that right there, though, Charles. I'm not sure if you guys are looking to take that. Charles just mentioned that or not anymore, Charles. It looks like it disappeared. There was a version 2 variation that was building up right here, but it was too risky. Not really looking to take any buys at this moment. I do think price is going to come down, so I'm definitely looking to take some sells as price makes its way down. If we get a variation from the top side, then I'll catch it as it comes down. But I'm not looking to take any buys right now. Yeah, definitely. Paul said not taking any buys today. No, that's a good idea. You can see right here, price hit the liquidity that was down there and now pushed down to the next level. Let's see, MJ said 3-minute right here. I'm tempted to take it. Ah, fuck, am I too late? Fuck, I think it might be too late. Oh, whatever. I'm reading it. Just gotta adjust my TP because it's too yeah, adjust this level right there. Make some adjustments because I got in too late. Not too late, I got in like around the opening price. I should have held off. Fuck, I hit my stop loss. Yeah, it's all good. Or actually, it didn't because mine was right here. Actually, it did. Fuck my life. Yeah, that was my bad, guys. I don't know if anyone hopped into that with me there. I should have just waited. I shouldn't have FOMO'd into that move. I hit my stop loss actually, so it's all good. Eat that loss. Damn it. I was thinking about taking it, and then I hopped in a little late when it was bouncing around this area and hit my stop loss. I don't know if anyone took it because it was really late. I mean, I hit the loss. It's all good, but I'm not sure if anyone else took it too. Damn, a lot of people FOMO'd into it with us. The market is kind of crazy right now, guys. So I think we should probably hold off on this. Yeah, I took an L on it. It's all good. I should have held off on it. See where I'm at. Damn, this thing pushed right back up. I wonder what's pushing it up right now. There's no areas of liquidity around that area. Yeah, I always tell people not to FOMO into trades, and I FOMOed into that myself. So it's all good. And today's Friday. Fuck, I keep getting like, there's a lot of things today that like I mentioned before, that I probably should have thought about before entering a trade. But I mean, it's okay. Whatever, I'm gonna bounce back from it. Luckily, I took like a smaller lot size off that, so I didn't really lose as much as I thought. I didn't update my DOM over here, so I took a smaller lot size and I just ate the loss. It's all good. I was trying to enter it, and then as soon as I entered it, it shot all the way up. Yeah, no, nice. Jeff, M over here, Jeffrey said, I did way lower lot size too, all good. Yeah, so guys, if you guys are trading on Friday, what I do recommend is, because Friday is one of the riskiest days to trade. I say Friday and Monday are the riskiest days to trade. Usually when I trade on these days, I trade with a smaller lot size because I don't want to risk it when the market is kind of all over the place, right? Especially for today, there's just a lot of news. Like I mentioned earlier, CNBC reported that the Dow was going to be down, right? So when they report stuff like this, market usually does the opposite, but then it comes back down eventually, like a little later on. So one thing that a lot of people need to realize is that you're going to see a lot of manipulation. One thing that you want to be wary of is whenever CNBC reports something, if they say market's going to be up or market's going to be down, price generally does the opposite, and then it does what they mentioned like way later into the day. One thing to also keep in mind is the fact that Biden and Yellen are speaking today. So there's a drop that's going to happen eventually. It's just not going to happen right away. Right here at 8 o'clock is when Biden is going to speak. So when Biden and Yellen start speaking, price will probably bounce around this area. Let me turn this off. Price is going to bounce around this area up here, consolidate, maybe push up a little more. And then when Biden speaks, price is going to come all the way back down. So at this point, we're probably going to see a lot of areas of liquidity getting built up right here. A lot of these lines just lining up right here. And when we have that, we're going to have a lot of areas to take the trade. So yeah, my bad if you guys hop into that sell with me earlier. It's okay. I took the loss too. So I'm going to try to make right back. So when the price does come back down, I'm going to draw all of the areas of liquidity, and I'm probably going to hold it for a while here as price continues to move along. But I do think price is definitely going to come right back down. Yeah, exactly. Stephen over here also mentioned fundamentals were less than 100. So there's another thing right there, guys. I took a lot of shortcuts on that step right there where I shouldn't have. Steven's even correcting me back with like what I've been mentioning. When we take a trade, we want to make sure that sentiment is the opposite way. So sentiment's long right now, but the main key thing that I didn't look at was the fundamentals. We want the fundamentals to be down 100 points, right? And they were actually not even down 100 points. They were actually in the it was like negative 20. So it wasn't even close to being where it needs to be for when we were taking these trades here. It looks like I kind of just got into the heat of the moment because we were expecting price to drop, especially for this 3 minute here. I was expecting price to drop to down here because this was going to be the area of liquidity. But, I failed to realize that the fundamentals weren't even down 100 points. So back to what I was saying, this is like way too far anyways for it to reach that point. Anyway, so back to what I was saying before, guys, I skipped a lot of steps there, a lot of steps that I always require myself to look at. I said the other day that I was going to stop skipping steps. And unfortunately, I just, that went all out the window because we all got excited for that sell there. But it's all good. We will catch Rick said, don't take 3 minute on Fridays. Exactly. So a lot of the things that we were looking that I always warn people of, and you can see prices coming all the way back down. I'm not going to chase any of these moves right here, guys. Price is coming all the way back down. We just got faked out in that little move right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep drawing these lines, just like I said earlier, so that we have areas of liquidity. And then when price does drop, I'm going to probably ride that down for a longer move, and I'm going to recover that loss and make it all back. So, oh, gotcha, Lisa. Yeah, I just saw your message right there. Yeah, D said we'll definitely snag those liquidity zones when Biden speaks. I agree. So I'm gonna let price keep pushing around this area, and then when price finally does come down, I'm gonna be ready to catch this. Oh, this got triggered, and you can see price is coming right back down to where it was originally. No, Steven, fundamentals weren't in the 90s. Because we're not looking at the fundamentals right now, but maybe it was, but I don't think it was at that point, Stephen. Because the thing is, if we look at current price right now, price is right here, right? And the fundamentals are currently around this area right here. Oh, you might be right. It was probably around the 90s, but it wasn't past 100. It would need to be past 100 in order for us to take the trade, and it would need to be consistently below that 100 mark. Right here, where that entry came up, it was if it was like 90 around here, it would need to be like way down here for it to be 100. So unfortunately, we got caught up in that, but it's all right. We have a lot of areas of liquidity right here building up. So as you guys can see, we got an area of liquidity right here. Damn. So BLA over here actually took the V2 sell. There was a V2 sell here that I completely missed. No, Stephen, I just mentioned, Stephen asked if it was exactly at 100, then we could have taken it. No, Stephen, I said it has to be consistently below 100. So it needs to stay under 100. It can't be bouncing between 190. It needs to be consistently below 100 for you to take it. It can't just be like going from 90 to 100 and you're like, okay, I can for sure take this sell. It has to be under 100 and it has to stay there for like a consistent time. Before you can take anything like that. Charles said, my MT4 trading is disabled for MFF right now. Can't even trade. Oh, actually, you're right. So Patricia just corrected me on that right here. BLA, this was a risky trade. This was actually not a version 2 because this high here would need to be a green candle. So you need a green candle, and then the following candle needs to be a red candle with no wick. So this following candle would be a correct identification of a version 2, but this high over here would need to be a green candle. Because basically what you're looking for is you're looking for a green candle to push to the upside, and then you're catching the reversal on the following candle right here. So your second candle right here, the reversal, was spot on, but this candle right here would not be an entry for version 2. So let me put the requirements here for the version 2. Yeah, for right here, confirm the high is a green candle or the low is a red candle. So that technically wouldn't be a version 2. I mean, you did get lucky with that, BLA, so I'm glad that you did make profit off it, but it wouldn't be considered an actual version 2 because it would need to be a green candle there. And Charles said there was a sessions right there too. Man, I'm making so many mistakes today, guys. Sorry. I didn't even check to see if there was any sessions around this area. Well, there's only one, so, or two. So I guess I'm not making a huge mistake, but still, let me go and just draw some lines over here. So we got a, I just draw this one over here as well, because these sessions kind of mess up my chart. So I have to do this. I have to draw my own sessions here, and then I will draw, I'll hide the indicator. So let's see, we got this red. Man, I kind of wish I took the breakout earlier, guys, because if I took the breakout earlier, it would have made up for that other trade that we just took a while back. Not necessarily the breakout, but the liquidity push in the beginning. So let me hide these right here. And let me delete that and move it lower. And what a bummer, right? That 3 minute right there is back in profit. It just had this manipulated push to the upside and it came right back down. And there goes another right there. I'm not going to take it though, guys. So I'm gonna stay away from the 3 minute. I've been staying away from the 3 minute for a long time now. I don't even know why I took the 3 minute trade there. I usually just stick to the 1 minute. So I'm going to stay away from that there. And I'm going to stay on the 1 minute. And if I see any variations for a sell, then I will be looking for the sell as it comes across over here. Yeah, no, I see it right now, Charles. Like even if there was a variation right here, it'd be risky because it was right at the sessions, the one that you just mentioned. The green sessions indicator, which is the I think that's the New York low from yesterday. Jay said there was a version 1 at 653, but it was a quick scalp before it dropped. It basically rejected off the session. 653. Possibly. Let me see. I don't think there wasn't one right here. OJ, you're talking about a buy. So you're talking about a buy here. Yeah. So there's a version 1 buy right there that you could have taken, which obviously would have went straight to TP and it came back down. Yeah, so Jay, you're right. That was a version 1, but I'm not looking to take any buy. So I would have, even if I saw that, I would have avoided it. Yeah, the market today is moving super fast. There's a lot of stuff going on in the market today. So this is like one of the reasons why I don't trade on Friday normally. Usually I'm usually on here just giving analysis, but I'm not usually trading. But today it just, I think with the whole Biden thing and Yellen thing going on, we're all kind of anticipating that big drop to happen. So whenever we see a sell entry, we're kind of inclined to just hop into it, even though it's a risky one. The thing is, Biden and Yellen aren't speaking until 8, so there's still like an hour left until they start speaking. So that's why you're probably going to see a lot of consolidation or big ranges until it gets to that point. And once it gets to that point, we will see it start to push pretty heavily. So something to pay attention to. But there's nothing available right now. So we might have some news coming up right here as well. We have CB leading index at 7 o'clock. It's going to happen in about 1 minute. So that's a low impact folder. But yeah, Yellen is going to be speaking at 8:30. So we have Treasury Secretary Yellen speaking at 8:30, and then we have Biden speaking at 8. So yeah, once it hits 8, definitely going to be sitting at the market. I'm probably still pushing on this area right here. It's 7 o'clock right now. News just came out. Let me see what the news was like. It's probably positive or neutral. I haven't updated yet. Neutral, so not really much right there. Price is just going to keep bouncing around the area, but as you guys can see right here, as price bounces around, it's creating a smaller range. So I'll go over here to the clean chart. Draw this out right here. Yeah, we're moving into 7 o'clock. So it looks like as we move closer to 7, price is starting to drop lower and lower. It looks like the area of liquidity is going to get triggered right there. And it did break right through it. I was just thinking right now, like if we would have just waited for this to push up, we could have caught it as it came right back down right here. But it's all good. Anyways, the hit that area. So guys, just remember when I mentioned before, an area of liquidity is not going to be considered an area of liquidity until it has like multiple areas around there. So you need like multiple lines, not just these. See how these lines are kind of spread out? These aren't going to be considered like areas of liquidity. You need to have areas like this where there's like 2 lines down here. Similar to like this over here, right? See how we have 4 lines up here, but we have 1. So if price is to hit this area right here, I'm not going to consider this to push all the way up here because it's such a big move. You know, just measuring from down here to here, that's about a 300 pip move. That's too big of a move. I would consider this from push to here though, to be an area of liquidity, because if it does hit this area right here and push, it's probably going to push above here. And when it does push around this area, it's going to push even higher, because this line to this line right here is like, you know, 100 pips, which is not a big difference. So one thing that I don't want you guys to get confused with is just because there's a line right here, this doesn't mean that it's an area of liquidity. It would have to have multiple lines like it does down here. And that's kind of like what people consider a stop loss hunt, right? Because if people are taking buys, their stop loss is going to be, there's going to be a high volume of stop losses around this area, or sell stops, because people are looking for the same thing. They're either looking for, people are worried to get stopped out, and then other people are looking to catch what we're catching here, momentum, right? So yeah, if price comes and triggers this right here, this isn't going to be necessarily an area of liquidity. It would need to have another line. Like say this was like this, right? So it hasn't closed yet, but say if this becomes a low right here, then this area would be an area of liquidity. So one thing that you guys might want to do, like if this is becoming a little too confusing for you, you can just draw a box there instead. And then you can probably delete this and delete this right here. And then now you'll see, it'll be easier to see that, you know, there's an area of liquidity within that area. So, I mean, it just depends on how you guys want to do it. If you guys want to have the lines like this, then great. I prefer the lines because it's easier for me to see. But if you guys want to put a rectangle there instead, like a box, that might help you guys see it a little bit better. Let's see. Deswell just sent me his profits. Let's see what he made today. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, Des will say, hey, bro, you need to listen to yourself and stop second guessing yourself. Losses happen. Literally take all your trades, even the ones you don't take on the live session. That's why I opened this demo account. So yeah, Deswell over here, he's been taking a lot of trades. He said he's been taking pretty much all my trades like all my ideas. So all of my ideas here that I've been giving to you guys on the live sessions, Deswell's been taking every single trade without thinking. And Deswell actually made like 100,000 in like one day. So is Deswell like it, and I appreciate that a lot of you guys are bringing this to my attention that I should just listen to my analysis and stop overthinking it and stop second guessing my trades and just eat losses when they happen. Because Deswell over here, he's been taking pretty much all the trades that I've been calling out, not really calling out, but I've been giving my analysis to, when price pushes past liquidity and stuff like that. And Deswell is actually up a crazy amount right here. So yeah, no, definitely Deswell. Appreciate that you mentioned that he's been taking all the scalps that I kind of been shouting out and telling you guys, and this is how much he made. So he's been playing around with the demo first before he does a real account. When he does the real account, he's going to, he's probably going to make a huge profit just going off my analysis here off the live session. Which, yeah, no, I agree. Sometimes I'm a little too careful with the with my entries here, but I'm careful for a reason, guys. Like, the reason why I'm careful is because I'm not trying to give you guys any like bad trades. Obviously I'm looking for only the absolutely best trades to enter for myself and for you guys. But yeah, I mean, my analysis does pretty much hit spot on. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll create another FTMO where I'll just take every trade, right? Whenever I see something, I'll just take a bunch of trades and then I'll see how it plays out. It's probably going to, play out for a lot of profits because pretty much all my analysis usually plays out as we see fit. So anyways, this hits this area. I'm just trying to see if this is going to push a bit higher. But yeah, we're getting close to this area right here. Yeah, Patricia said, I would love a buy momentum, then push down, decide to take out the lower low. Yeah, no, that would be good, right, Patricia? We get a buy signal there, then it comes back down, and then a sell momentum just like blast through everything right here. This is going to be about a pretty decent push right there. Let's see. Got this right here. Lisa said 1 hour is Wick City. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of wicks over here. Go to 1 hour over here too. Yeah, this one too. Even on the 1 hour time frame, bunch of wicks. Overall, though, it does look like we're still looking for sells here. See this right here. All right, so not really much going on in the market, guys. Price is kind of just going sideways at the moment. We have low right here, and we have the all right there. That blue line right there is going to be opening price. All right, cool. Yeah, I think what I'm going to start doing, guys, is I might start going on the live session a little earlier. I know I usually get on around 6:20, like 10 minutes before market open. I think I'm probably going to get on maybe around 6:10 or 6 o'clock so that I can draw these high lows before the session opens. Because if that's the case with the breakout, like how it did this morning, for example, when we caught that big buy breakout over here, or we identified it, we could have made a ton of profit off that because I had all these areas of liquidity triggered where I had them all lined up here. So if we were waiting for this candle to push up even pre-market and we would have caught it as a push to the upside, I mean, that would have been a huge push. Like if I caught this move here from up here, that's like well over 1,000 pips because we did have all these areas of liquidity already lined up. So I think, moving forward, I might get on the live sessions a little early so that we can mark up the liquidity zones before the market actually opens. Yeah, Ken said after yesterday's drop, we may range for a while, just collect orders maybe. Yeah, I could see that, Ken. I think that's probably what's going to happen until 8 o'clock. I think price is going to keep ranging. It's about 50 minutes till 8. So once it gets closer to 8 over here, this will probably cause it to dump pretty heavily at this point. But yeah, just like you said, price is probably just going to range within this area. Price broke below here. It keeps breaking this low. But as I mentioned earlier, guys, I don't consider this area an area of liquidity because it's already tested this area a bunch of times, or not even tested, it's broken past it. We had an area right here. It broke past it, came right back up. Area right here, broke it, went back up again right here, and then again right here lastly. But there just isn't much for us to take right now. Let's see. Rick said, gonna take a break for an hour. Sean, will you be on after 8? No, I won't, because Biden's gonna be speaking. So I won't be on after 8. I'm probably gonna be off before 8. I just want to catch at least a couple of trades here. Yeah, exactly. And it's Friday, Rick. So I wouldn't recommend trading after 8 anyways. And here we go. As price comes down to where we were anticipating. We were anticipating price to come down the entire day. Obviously, you can see the fake outs to the upside right here. This is when market open. Faked out to the upside, came down, and then we got faked out right here, actually, where I entered the sell. Came right back up, stopped me out, and then it came right back down, and here we go. It's going to hit liquidity down here. I was really hoping we'd have a sell entry where I can catch this and move all the way down here, but it never built up. It kind of just ranged for a bit, and then now when it hits this area, it's probably going to drop even further. Oh yeah, so I didn't even think about that. So D just mentioned that this was a high low right here. I didn't even think about taking that. The problem with that though, D, is that I didn't see a. So D is 100% correct with this right here. I think we've been too focused on these variations that we haven't really been looking at these other ones. And you can see right there, price hit liquidity and it's pushing down lower. Yeah, so this was actually a damn, price is dropping pretty heavy now. It's going to exactly where we wanted it to. Rav said a 10-minute daily will come up within it. Yeah, but I wouldn't take the daily today, Rav. This is the sell that we were pretty much waiting for the entire day. But I wouldn't take the daily because it is Friday. You don't want to get caught in the trade for too long. But yeah, there goes the area of liquidity right there. But this is the drop that D just mentioned. This right here would have been a high-low entry using the high-low strategy. So this would be the low. There's about 5 candles that pass it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Establishes at a low. Price broke and closed below it. We trade in the direction of momentum because we had a sell signal over here. And that would be a perfect entry for a high-low. So one thing that you guys can do is if you're really anticipating something, you can use any of the strategies. I know we have a lot of strategies here, so it's kind of hard to have everything all lined up here. We have the variation 1, we have the variation 2, we have the high-low, we have the pivot, and I don't know what else we have. We have a lot more here. Thank you very much. All right, guys. So we have about like 5 main strategies here that are used. And on top of that, we still have the triple confluence as well. So, I mean, depending on how risky you guys want to be, like for today, we were like looking for a sell. So basically any sell entry that would have came up would have been okay for us. And yeah, just looking at this right here, there's a variation 1, variation 2, intraday, pivot scalp. I mean, there's a lot of entries here that could have been taken using, any of these strategies. But yeah, I mean, it's really up to you guys if you guys want to. For me personally, I'm only using a couple of these. I'm using Like I'm not using the high low by itself. I'm not using the pivot scalp by itself. I'm using the triple confluence, which is pretty much these three strategies. And I've knocked it down to these three strategies right here. Basically, whenever I take these three strategies right here, they almost never lose. I made the mistake by trading the 3 minute earlier. I almost never trade that. I should have just waited for an entry within it. But, we were all anticipating this drop here to happen, which did happen, but it came a lot later than we were anticipating. So, it is what it is. We'll keep looking for another entry here. It's 7:15. So hopefully we get one sell, at least one sell before 8 o'clock. And then at that point, hopefully I can write it down even further. Yeah, D said, I second guessed it and it was a valid high low entry. Liquidity zones blue below and fundamentals matching up. It was a good trade. I'll catch you next time. Exactly, D. So it just depends on how risky you guys want to be, right? D was probably being a bit more conservative, especially after the other trade. So she didn't think to take it right away, but yeah, no, your analysis was spot on, D, with that high low right there. Let's see, what else am I missing here? So I want to make sure I'm not missing anything else. Yeah, no, I think it should be good. See if there's anything else going on today. I want to see if there's anything else going on besides Biden and Yellen speaking today. Those are probably the biggest things to be aware of, but let's see. Yeah, nothing really here that's really affecting US 30. Looking over at the fundamentals right now, it's currently down 176 points. Retail sentiment is currently 61% long. So we're definitely looking for sells here. Retail sentiment 61%, fundamentals are 155% or 155 points in the red. So at this point, we're really just looking for sell entries to come up. There's no areas of liquidity anymore because they've been triggered, but price is now currently ranging. We're looking for either a variation or for a triple confluence for the most part. At 8 o'clock is coming up pretty soon. So as it gets closer to 8, there just isn't really going to be much to take unless Biden can creates a lot of liquidity. The problem with this here, guys, is Biden's going to speak at 8 and Yellen's going to speak at 8:30. So between this whole period right here, you probably aren't going to want to trade because you're probably going to speak for about an hour. So probably from 8 to 10, this is going to be a risky time to be trading this whole period. And then at 11, it's already getting close to market close and you don't want to be holding trades over the weekend. So definitely. Matt said, don't worry, Biden will drop us to Asia low. Yeah, I know he probably will. The problem is you guys don't want to get caught in the trade for too long. All right, here we go. Prices past that point. Back this up a little bit. All right, so as you can see right here, from market open till now, price has been in a heavy downtrend right here. This rate is real good. It continued on right here from 7 till about 8. And then probably from 8 until 9, it's going to keep dropping. Man, if we caught the drop from all the way up here, that would have been a crazy move. Like from up here, because we already anticipated the price to drop. If we caught it all the way from up here, this would have been a 2,000 pip drop already. And I'm just thinking about taking that on a 10 lot. That'd be like a 20,000 profit right there. That'd be crazy. Let's see. I'll say good morning. Once you pay for the FTMO challenge time, you take a trade is when the 30 days begin, correct? Yeah, that's correct, Al. So you can buy a challenge whenever you want, but it doesn't start until you take the first trade. So when you take the first trade, that's when the timer starts. So you can buy an account now and not use it for like months. And then when you do use it, that's when 30 days do begin. So you can buy whenever you want and just use it whenever you're ready. All right, let's see. Market is kind of dead now. It's not really moving at all. Slowed down like quite a bit. I think a lot of people are just getting prepared for Biden to speak and then Yellen to speak right after. Here's the range. Price is currently in a range, but price is still dropping below this. Yeah, D said you need a throwaway account you don't care about much and take all your analysis moves on it. No, I agree, D. I think I probably should. Yeah, I'll probably open. Yeah, I think maybe I should probably open. Well, I can't do that because I'm using both of my FTMOs. Unless I stop using one of my FTMOs for my scalps and I just use that for these trades that go off my analysis. Because yeah, just like what Deswell said and what Rick has said, everyone's always told me that like my analysis is always spot on, and if I would just trust my analysis 100% and just take the trades even if they don't play out, I could probably make like a lot off that. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, some of you guys here caught that high low. D and J over here, they just said D said just snagged it high low, LOL, and J as well. So not sure if anyone of you guys caught that. I didn't catch it myself, but if you guys did catch it, like I mentioned, guys, I'm looking for these triple confluences. So I'm not really taking any trades that are just off one strategy, but it's the same strategy that D mentioned earlier. It was the high-low scalp. So this is the trade the strategy that D and J caught, and Slorm as well, and Barack. It looks like a lot of you guys actually caught that high-low right there. So this strategy right here is the one that they caught. Price right here broke and closed below this low. It's considered a high-low entry. Damn, that thing's dropping all the way down to Asia low right here, just like Matt said. So Matt, if you guys remembered Matt's message over here, he said that Biden will drop it to the Asia low, and that's exactly where it dropped down to. I think for days like this, I should probably just start using the individual strategies instead of the, because we're not getting any of these entries here. These entries they're high quality and they hit almost every time. But the thing is, they're not coming up because price is being, it's being pushed around due to a lot of the stuff that's going on today, due to the fact that it's Friday, and also because Biden is speaking today. So that's why I'm being a little careful. But this right here, and damn, so Deswell said he also caught the 10-minute daily. So he took the daily here that or it didn't even come up yet, I think. Or it did actually. So here's a 10-minute daily that Deswell caught. Looks like it's almost at full TP. Yeah, there's a lot of trades here that we could have taken, but due to the fact that it's Friday, I wouldn't have taken the daily, even though it looks like it's about to hit full TP. Daily's about to hit full TP. There's a snipe here actually too. There's a lot of trades here that we kind of missed out on. There's a snipe right here as well. So I said earlier not to take any buy snipes, but there was a sell snipe that came up right here. And that would have hit full TP too. Right there. And what else is over here? There was another 3-minute. So damn, there's a lot of trades that came up right now in the past couple of minutes that we totally missed out on. There's actually a lot here. There was a 3-minute. I think this is why we should, if we were just a little more patient, we would have caught a lot of these here. I think because of this right here, where it faked us out, it kind of discouraged us from entering any trades that were too risky. But as you guys can see right here, there was a daily entry that ran, a snipe that ran right there, a 3-minute pivot scalp, this strategy right here that came up over here. I should have just avoided this daily altogether because I don't even take this daily by itself. But yeah, 3-minute pivot scalp right here, it closed below the pivots. Over here on the 1 minute, there was a bunch of these other trades with the high lows. And this is why you guys want to be very careful, because you can see price came down, it bounced off the Asia low, and it shot right back up. So even though I missed a lot of those trades, I'm kind of glad that I sat out, because I don't want to get caught in these little fake outs over here. These entries, like, you have to get in and out. You can't get greedy and let them run. So that's why I'm kind of worried that when Biden speaks, so if you guys do trade when Biden speaks, because I know everyone's looking to take some sells, guys, don't be greedy. Move your stop loss in profit and or exit in profit when you guys can, because it's just too risky for you guys to be holding on to stuff like that, right? I just want to make sure that you guys are like fully aware that you're going to get a lot of these whipsaws where price comes down, and if you don't pull out in profit, price can easily just bounce back up in the other direction. Let me scroll over here real quick. Sorry, you probably hear my dog in the background. Patricia said, need to put a sell stop at the low, modify immediately, stop loss and profit. Yeah, that's usually what I do, Patricia. So initially for those liquidity zones, I usually, like for example, right here, if we had the lower low, I would just have a sell stop, but I would write it to the next low if there was one. So for example, right here, if we have a price goes up to this area, I would have a buy stop. And then when it triggers my buy stop, pretty much write it to the next area up here. So yeah, pretty much what you just mentioned is something that I was doing when I first started to realize that this high-low stuff works really well as liquidity zones. See if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Yeah, Barack said, so that we keep our eyes on all viable strategies, I think we should perhaps have appoint people teams on each strategy within the session. And when there's something that comes up, they can alert everyone. We can shift attention to that area. Might take. No, exactly. And that's a really smart idea, Barack. So maybe we can do that. We can get, certain people who like certain strategies, because I know some people like 3-minute, some people like 10-minute, and a lot of people like 1 minute. Me personally, I like the 1 minute. That's why I normally only trade on the 1 minute. But yeah, no, that's a good idea. So if you guys heard what I just mentioned right now, Barack was mentioning that, maybe there should be certain people in the group who are watching certain entries, so that when they see it, they can call it out, and we can start looking for entries off that time frame or off that strategy whenever they come up. That way we don't miss trades, because we did miss a lot of trades today. We missed, well, I wouldn't have taken the daily, so that's not a big deal. But the snipe here, we missed that. That could have been a good one. This right here up to 3-minute, this could have been a good one too, when it came right to TP. And then we're always on the 1 minute. So 1 minute's not as necessary, but if people want to look at individual strategies, then we can do that as well. Like if someone wants to just look for pivots, or someone wants to just look for high lows, they can, say something when it comes up, and then we can just divert our attention to focusing on that, so that we don't miss any trades. So yeah, Brock, that's a great idea. I mean, it's probably something that we have to bring up to everyone and see who's on board with actually doing that. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone would be, because that's just free profit at that point. So we don't miss any trades. But yeah, no, great point that you brought up there, Barack. And that's something that, if you guys want to do that, you guys are more than welcome to call out trades, and then I can switch my focus to those entries whenever we see something like that. So no entries right here, guys. I'm still looking for any possible sells. I'm glad that price made its way back up, because price was way too low down here. So if we get some more sells over here, then I'm definitely going to be looking for an entry, because I still do think price is going to come down. Looking over here at retail sentiment, it's still 61% long. Fundamentals are currently negative 96. So it's still slightly below 100 if it pushes down lower. So if it's at 96 right here, if price drops, say below this point, I'll do this. I'll draw a horizontal line right here. And if price drops below this point, then I would consider it to be fundamentals less than 100. It's actually less than 100 right now. So this point right here. just so that we know where the fundamentals are sitting. Nice. Deswell said, trading and flying is what life is about. So damn, Deswell is flying, and he's also, because Deswell is a pilot. So Deswell is over here flying and he's also trading. So Deswell's crazy. He's flying a plane right now over the ocean while he's trading. That's crazy, Deswell. But no, Deswell's been with K2 for a while. So, great work, Deswell. I like to see that you're doing really well with your trading and you're still flying like you like to. This would technically be a pivot scalp entry, guys. So like we were mentioning earlier, if you want to call out specific trades, this would technically be a pivot scalp entry, but I think it's going to be a bit risky to take here. I'm not sure if anyone's looking to take it. I still just think it's kind of risky because there's not much of and it's this one right here. Actually, there's no entry. The sell signal didn't come up. You guys can see how the volatility here is kind of pushing back and forth really quickly. This is why you guys want to be a bit careful, because these spikes in volatility can, if you guys get into trades too early and you don't wait for the actual candle to close, you might get caught in a spike to your stop loss. So definitely want to be careful. Fundamentals are not negative 100 now. They're actually pushing up. When prices are below this purple line right here, this will indicate that fundamentals are below 100. Right now, refreshing this, it's currently at 65. So not the time to take any trades at this moment. Let's see. Patrick said, Sean, why not use a 10 lot when it's a triple confluence and maybe a 5 lot or less when it's one or two of the other strategies that line up, especially now that we have these liquidity zones that can let the trades run a little longer. Yeah, no, I agree. That's probably a good idea, Patrick, and that's something that I probably will start to do. The only problem with changing my lot sizes is, I don't know if you guys have tried changing lot sizes on MT4, but it's not as easy. Sometimes you'll change your lot size, you'll click out of the screen, and it'll go back to your old lot size. I don't know why it does that, but it happens with me all the time on MT4. So the last thing I want to do is try to change to a smaller lot size, and then it ends up taking a full lot size, or it's taking a smaller lot size, but or I try to take a full lot size and it ends up taking a smaller one. So that's something that maybe I'll play around with, but I don't know if you guys ever run into that issue with MT4, but I do run into that issue pretty commonly. Let me mute my phone, guys. Sorry, getting blown up. Everyone's sending in their profits right now. So I'll look over the profits right now shortly, guys, and then we'll show you what everyone locked in for the day. Or actually, we could do that now. So let me scroll up real quick. Al over here locked in a total of 2,500. Nice work, Al. Scrolling down, Jason over here locked in a total of 658. Nice work, Jason. Al again right here, 3,678. Nice work, Al. Wes over here locked in a total of 481. Nice work, Wes. Not bad for your return to K2 after you've been gone for a while. Al over here again, so nice. Al's killing it. Al took another sell earlier, locked in a total of 5,505. So great work, Al. Al said another one. Thanks, Sean. Definitely. Jeremy over here. Damn, Jeremy has an L right there. It's all right, Jeremy. That's what my account looks like right now too. Mine's not as bad as yours because it looks like you might have hit some slippage. My account's looking at negative 4,550, which is okay. It happens. You guys got to take the losses just like you guys take the wins. No need to celebrate too much. Just take the win or take the loss and then move on to the next one, because there's going to be trades that are coming and you don't want to be too busy celebrating and missing the next trade. So it's all good. Jeremy, I'll take a screenshot of mine too. I got a red day today, which is okay, because the last 2 weeks and the last month have been, I've been doing really good for the past couple of months. So, this one loss today is not really going to affect my account too much. Yeah, because last week we had one loss, but I made all of that back with like one trade or a couple of trades on a Friday, actually. I think that's why my confidence was kind of high this week, because last Friday I actually locked in a lot. I think last Friday, what is this, on the 18th? Yeah, last Friday I locked in some pretty good profit, across my accounts right here. So I think that's why I kind of, that wasn't Friday. Yeah, last Friday I locked in like 5,000 in like on a Friday. So I think my confidence was a little too high trying to catch these riskier trades. Um, but I mean, it is what it is. Jason over here locked in a total of 886. Nice work, Jason. And then Barack over here locked in a total of 1,935 for the day. Great work, Barack. So yeah, you guys are all doing pretty solid today. Unfortunately, I might have to close out this day with a red day, which I hate doing, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, I can catch maybe one here to soften up that loss that I took earlier, and then come back fresh next week. But if not, it's okay. I don't mind closing out the day with one loss if that so be it, to prevent me from revenge trading and losing more, right? I think revenge trading is the worst part. If you guys take a loss and you guys revenge trade, that's where you guys start to go into a deep hole. So for me, I'm going to stay disciplined, but you guys can see here, look at the liquidity hitting. So if price hits this area right here, this line, I expect it to push up even higher to up here. So something to keep my, but I'm not looking to take any buys, but I'm just going to show you guys that, if it does hit right there, it'll probably push up even higher. I feel like this is charging up for Biden because Biden is speaking right here at 8 o'clock. It kind of pushed up a bit and then it's going to come right back down. So if I see a good sell entry, what I might do is I might take it and then I'll just try to write it down as far as possible. I'll probably just trail a stop loss and then let it drop as much as I can to recoup the loss from today. So let's see what we got over here. But I'm definitely not looking to take any buys here. Just FYI, if you guys are curious, I'm definitely not looking to take any buys. Any other profits here? Let's see, Patricia here locked in a total of 3,076. Nice work, Patricia. Angela over here locked in a total of 509. Nice work, Angela, off that GJ. And then other account, she locked in about 2,811. Nice work, Angela, across both of your accounts right there. Jason over here, 658. Nice work. His other account, 658 off that one too. Nice work. Other than that, let's see, Isaac over here. Isaac said, hey, Sean, massively focused and acted on your analysis. Did not hesitate to take trades on my FTMO accounts. 36 minutes of trading. I'm done for the week. Thanks, man. So Isaac did exactly what a lot of people are saying, right? They're just following my trades and not hesitating. Like they're just following my analysis and taking everything that I've been calling out, or not really calling out, but I've been analyzing. And Isaac locked in 20,000 for the day. Wow, that's crazy off this account. 36 minutes of trading, he locked in 20,000 off this one. And then his other account over here, he locked in 9,560. Amazing work right there, Isaac. This is why I always tell you guys, like, if you guys have a loss, there's no problem with it. Just eat the loss and then move on to the next one, because Isaac here, he's just focusing on everything that I'm discussing here in the live session. He made profit off just my analysis, not even trades that I called, but just my analysis off this morning. So he caught the buys there in the beginning, made some big profits. He caught the sells, more buys, more sells. And every time he just sees liquidity hit, he just locks in a ton of profit. So great work right there, Isaac. Patricia over here locked in a total of 3,931. Yeah, so great work right there, Patricia. D over here locked in a total of 655. Nice work, D. D actually caught a profit off that. That's the high low that she took earlier. Barack, we just looked at this earlier, 1,935. And then Sisuk over here with a total of 7,000 off this account. 5,500 off this account. Patricia again, 3,900. Scotty over here, 651. Nice work, Scotty. Narith over here, 9,286 for the day. Great work, Narith, with those profits. And I think that's it for right now. Let me check the chat real quick, see what else I missed. Yeah, Maddie said he'll just call variations. That'll work. Yeah, Frank said, yeah, it's too difficult for you to keep switching between time frames, Sean. Yeah, so what I think I'll do, guys, is I'll stick to the 1 minute. And if you guys see anything on, the 3 minute or 10 minute, then just let me know and I'll take a look. And then it will, it'll help us, go back and forth with the trades here so that we don't miss anything. Because, for me, I'm pretty spot on with the 1 minute. But if you guys can look at the Sorry guys, you can hear my dog right here in the back crying. Still wants to go out for his walk. Kodi, just relax. We're gonna go out in a little bit. Yeah, so like that idea that we mentioned earlier, guys, if you guys are all up for that, I think it's a great idea, and we can all help each other not miss any trades. And I think what I'll do too is I'll stop answering questions on the live, and I'm just going to be looking for trades and call outs that you guys call out so that we can take a look. Yeah, Randy said would have no time for chat or questions then. So what we can do, guys, is we can just focus on trading within the live session. At the end, I'll answer questions. So I'll just skip through all the questions, and then at the end, I'll answer all the questions that we have, pretty much stacked up. D said Sean can just let them use their mic, and when they see something, they can speak out so we don't miss it on the chat. We tried to do that last time, D, but we had a member in K2 that wasn't. I don't think they were paying attention, and they had their mic on, so you could hear them talking in the background. And when you have the mic running on Zoom, it blocks out my voice. So if someone has their mic on and we don't realize it, then you guys can't hear anything that I'm saying. So we might not be able to do that, but we can find a way to get that to work, hopefully. Nice. Lucas, I did snag a pick, but I had $1,000 day. Great work, Lucas. Yeah, I remember that. You did pretty good. Matt said push up to Asia high and tank LO within 10 minutes, cover the whole range. Asia took 8 hours for him. No, exactly. So Matt, yeah, this is Matt, not Maddie. Matt said that, this whole drop right here took a few minutes just to cover the whole area that Asia dropped to all the way down this area. So this is why you guys want to be a bit careful, because volatility is very high. You can see prices now starting to drop back low. I don't see any sell entries. If I do see one, hopefully I do see one before 8. I was hoping to catch it as it dropped, but there was nothing here. Like if I saw a variation that was up here, I would have taken it and then just rode it back down. All right, buddy, I'm gonna go out. Just relax. Yeah, there's no entries here for any sells. No variations, no triple confluence, not even off the single strategies. There was a sell signal right here, but this wasn't a pivot or intraday entry. See if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Lisa said, I don't care what y'all say. I love Asia slow moves. Yeah, no, same. Rick said, why Biden just casually mentioned thermonuclear war with Russia yesterday. So who knows what he'll say today. No, I agree, Rick. I have no idea what he'll say, but I do expect price to drop pretty heavy. Charlie said, I'm going to try that next week with one lot. Yeah, no, I think it'd be a good idea. So I think maybe next week, guys, I'll create another FTMO account, and then I'll just take a bunch of trades. Like I'll take all the trades that I'm looking to analyze. I don't recommend anyone to do that, but I'll just create another FTMO and I'll see, maybe I'll pass my FTMO within like a day or so. Because the thing is, all the trades I've been calling out have been hitting. It's just, I've just been a little more careful with my trades here. I'll just take them with a smaller lot size, and that could probably open a door for like a lot of other trades that I'll be taking on here. Paul said, I'm going to make a liquidity grab strategy based off what you analyze, Sean. Yeah, no, definitely, Paul. Be good. Randy said, sure, Sean, blame it on your pups. Let's see. Frank said, let people put in the work to learn strategies. There are so many vids on YouTube if they want to learn. Yeah, no, exactly. There's a whole bunch. C6 said, I think that's the first time I've heard your pup complain with you being on. Yeah, I know you guys can hear him crying in the background. He finally left. He's probably like, man, this guy's never going to take me out. So we got this. There's a variation version 1 right there, but I'm not looking to take it, obviously. Just wanted to mark it up to show you guys. Still looking for some sells, but there's nothing here that's available at the moment. Oh, nice. Jeremy said, I caught that drop. Thankfully, I totally didn't FOMO into making my money back. Yeah, no, smart idea. Yeah, Jacob said, yeah, Frank, I agree. Sean should save the basic questions for the mentoring streams. and just focus on trading with us during the live sessions. No, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's like my problem, guys. I try to help everyone out, but in reality, these live sessions should be focused on just trading, not any basic questions. So we'll do that. Oh, nice. So it looks like some of you guys did take the V1 right here for a buy. It is sketchy though. I'm not looking to take any possible V1 again right here. No, it's not on. It didn't reject directly off the high, so no V1 off that. Man, we're all like waiting for these V1s to hit. This right here would actually be liquidity. So this would actually be real nice, guys. So like, for example, right here, so if we get a sell entry, there's actually gonna be some liquidity around this area. We got a low right here, low right here, and low right here. So I actually wouldn't mind if price kept pushing up higher. I think if price was to push up higher, that would be solid because, so like, for example, right here, price keeps pushing up a little higher. It's going to keep creating lows. So when price finally does come down, it's going to trigger all this liquidity. And hopefully I can catch at least 500 pips to recoup my loss from earlier. I think that would be great if I could do that. Yeah, because if we get a sell signal up here, like, damn, I could catch that for like right here, 500 pips, and I'll be good. Let's see, Jeremy said, I don't know if y'all take high head and shoulders patterns, but this could be one forming, especially if it breaks the low, it'll go lower. Nice. So it's good to see a lot of you guys here having different analysis of like what we're looking for here. So we're looking for sells here using K2 strategies. Jeremy here is identifying a high low, not high low, head and shoulders. So the thing is, if our strategy lines up with what Jeremy's seeing, then I mean, it's probably gonna drop pretty heavy. Plus we have Biden speaking here at 8 o'clock. So if Biden's gonna speak here at 8, we're probably going to anticipate, we're probably gonna see a big drop happen here. So I wouldn't mind having a buy signal here. I actually want a buy signal to close so that when we get a sell signal, like that thing's probably going to dump pretty heavy. It's probably going to dump pretty nice too. So we'll see what happens here. I wanted to keep pushing up and then hopefully hope on just catching that drop for at least 500 pips to recoup my loss for the day. And then I think I'm going to be good for the week because once I do that, we'll come back next week fresh. All right, so this is cool. That price is pushing to the upside. I actually wanted to push the upside. It's any beneficial for us. So let it keep pushing, and then when Biden speaks right here, like let's get a variation or something, and then let that thing drop. Yeah, Rav said should be because Sean does mentoring sessions once a week for people who want to learn, so we can just concentrate on on trading on the live. Yeah, no, 100% Rav, I agree. Charlie said just give us a V1 and shoot all the way down. Yeah, exactly. Any type of sell entry, like give us any sell entry, and then I want to catch a drop all the way back down. So I'm gonna keep watching. And hopefully we can 34,700. Oh, I know. Yeah, just like Rick said, everyone has their stops like around the area because we have the high right here. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of areas of liquidity right here, or they were here prior. A lot of areas of liquidity right here that Rick saw, and the stop hunts are just getting triggered right here. So because everyone just put their stop losses right there, right? If they're entering a sell, this is why I don't enter a sell, just because I got to enter a sell if there's an actual good entry there. But yeah, you can see prices pushing up. So I'm looking for the stop hunts in the opposite direction now. Like when people are going up, I want more lows to be established here so that when price does drop, it's going to drop, trigger, drop, trigger. And I'll probably just keep going lower and lower from there. Oops, put it back on. All right. Thanks, Maddie. Maddie said that the retail sentiment is currently 62% long, which is great because I'm ready to catch these sells when they do come. Yeah, and this is a huge range, huh? I don't know if you guys have been noticing it, but this range here is just huge. It's been bounced around this area for a while. It just goes back and forth. You can see the range started from right here. It came down, came up, came down, came up, came way down, came right back up, down. Like if you guys can see right here, and you can see the liquidity here getting triggered, right? So guys, remember this area? I mentioned that when price hits this area, it's probably going to push right through it. And it's kind of doing that right now. It's hitting that liquidity right there. Damn, look at that. The whole area of liquidity just got pushed through. Right there. Damn, look at this thing. I know Charlie said we should have caught that. Rick, see the area of liquidity, bro? It hit all of it right there. And then now it's coming back down. So, you know, I think we can make a lot of profit off these liquidity pushes, guys. I think we could, for this right here, this is something that I was explaining to CT. I don't know if CT, if you're on here, let me see. So this is a, you know, a little secret. This is kind of how I came up with liquidity zones, because I was playing around with the market and I noticed that, and this is going to be like, it's going to be super simple. So like, and don't do this, guys. I don't do this yet until like you guys have actually practiced with it. But this is like one thing that I was doing when I first came up with these liquidity areas. Like see here how we have a buy signal, right? Or let me go to like some clean chart over here. So little secret that you guys can probably play around with, that you guys might really like. And it might be even its own strategy, but check this out right here. So this is something that I was doing on my own. This is when I came up with liquidity. Like this is the whole reason why I came up with the whole liquidity thing, because I was trying to catch these momentum pushes, like these really big momentum pushes. So I know it's a bit risky, but if you guys want to play around with it, it's something that you guys can probably mess around. I was trying to figure out where to put the stop losses and stuff, but as you guys can see, we have areas of liquidity right here, right? And then we have a buy signal right here. So what I would do is I would put a buy stop, and this isn't a strategy, so don't consider this a strategy or anything like that. This is just something that I was using off. It's like speculative moves. What I would do is I would just have a buy stop there, and I would ride this to here. So when price pushes up, like right here. So right here I had a buy stop, right? So it pushed my entry up, and then as price continues to push up higher, I would just move my stop loss higher, right? I would just trail the stop loss. And then as price gets close to my TP, I would just move it a bit higher. So like right there, it got close to my TP, I would move it higher to the next level. And I would just keep moving my stop loss higher, you know, as it continues to push up. I just trail it manually, and then it pushes up higher, hits liquidity there, pushes up higher, move my stop loss up again, move my TP a bit higher again. And I just keep riding it up. And I keep moving my stop loss up higher. So I would make like a crazy move right here, like a 2000 pip move. I actually did that. And that's how I came up with this whole liquidity thing. So if you guys want to play around with it, this is really simple, actually. You just look for areas of liquidity, see if there's a momentum pushing that way, and you just ride it up. Or vice versa, you know, if you're looking for a sell, it's the same thing. It's like, for example, right here, you have like areas of liquidity, or fuck, where's the high low at? It's not going to work during Asia, obviously. So you got to use this during like when the market's actually moving. But I mean, it works very well. So like, for example, again, I don't know, like right here or something, like you would just draw, like you would draw where the areas of liquidity are. When there's like a lot of areas of liquidity, just continue to ride the momentum, because you can see right here that sometimes momentum will keep pushing pretty far. You're not going to catch it every single time, but if you're trading during periods where market is very volatile, like for example, right here, see how we have a buy signal? Sometimes it pushes for a long time when it hits liquidity. And like same with this sell right here. We have a sell signal. There's areas of liquidity right here, right? Right there. It's just a bunch of areas of liquidity right here. So you can like literally ride it down there. And then same with like this right here too, right? But the one I just marked up, there's areas of liquidity right there. All right, Kodi, relax, dudes. I know it's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna go outside. Just give me 5 more minutes. But yeah, so just FYI, if you guys want to play around with that, I know a lot of you guys have free time this weekend and you guys want to keep testing out this stuff that I came up with. You guys can test it out. It actually works really well. And that's how I came up with these liquidity zones and stuff. So yeah, if you guys want to do it, I think you guys will be really surprised at like how many trades you guys can cash and how much profit you guys can make. You know, it's something that I was kind of working on behind the scenes, but I might as well just let you guys know so that you guys can play around with it. Because who knows, maybe one of you guys might figure out something that I missed and we can incorporate that into our entries here. Because you guys can see the momentum signals, sometimes they run for a while. Like look at this buy signal right here. See how far it ran up? Like imagine catching that whole move. And again, right here, another buy signal. And then you saw liquidity right there. So imagine you catching that whole move to the upside. One thing to keep in mind is that these strategies, like in order to determine which direction to trade, the momentum signal is always going to be leading because it's going to tell you exactly which direction to be trading in. Matt said pass the FTMO challenge in one trade. Okay. Yeah, I mean, very possible, but you just got to figure out things like where to place your stop loss. I think that's the main thing that I probably need to work on is to figure out where to place a stop loss unless I want to trail it every time I take it. And it doesn't just work on the 1 minute. You know, Rick showed me, I don't know if you want me to tell people, Rick, but Rick showed me on the daily, there's actually, you can catch some really big moves because sometimes you'll get like a buy signal. Like for example, right here, I'm going to show you this one right here, right? Check this out. Using the same exact strategy that I just showed you guys on the daily right here, like this shit will probably blow your freaking mind because this is like these moves are like huge moves. So like looking at this right here, buy signal, right? The same thing that I mentioned, when price triggers these liquidity areas, it pushes up higher. So look at this area, it hit this area of liquidity right here. And then it just pushed up super high, right? So it pushed up super high. Where do you think this is going to go? Probably the next area of liquidity. And then from there, it's probably going to push up even higher. So like using this right here, it kind of comes down a little bit. This is why you kind of got to figure out where to put your stop loss so you don't get stopped out. You got to be still in the trade, pushes up higher. And look at that big move right there. So if you caught this buy signal right here and just rolled it all the way up, that's like a 7,000 pip move right there. And that's a lot of profit. I mean, if you're using a 10 lot, that's like 70,000 right there in profit. Obviously, you're not going to use a 10 lot trading on the daily, but you know, even if you're going to use a smaller lot like a mini, you'd still make about 7,000 off this move right here. And this is on the daily, so you kind of just let it run. So something for you guys to play around with if you guys want to play around with this over the weekend. I know a lot of you guys get bored sometimes, so you guys want to figure out stuff to play around with, which is good. So, all right, here we go. As price comes back down, still no entries here, man. I'm looking for a sell entry where I can ride this down, but there just isn't anything for me to hop into. It's already about to be 8, so unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to have anything. I was hoping I could recoup that loss from earlier with like maybe at least one trade, but I just don't see anything here. Let's see, that there, that there. Yeah, Rick said he was only using the K2SR zone. So Guys, the K2SR zone is actually, it's very similar to the high lows, except it's a little more complex. So as you guys can see right here, the K2SR zones, when they come up, they're identifying where price is tested more than twice. So it's basically like the high lows, except it gives you an even stronger area to look out for. So like, for example, right here. So see how we have the high right here, Rick? I'm just going to draw this a little bit. We have a high right there, right? If you match it up with the SR, it gives you like an area of liquidity right there, right? So you have area of liquidity and you have the high right there. So when price breaks through it, it gives you kind of a double confirmation. So it's something that you guys can play around with. Like each indicator that I created kind of ties in with each other, where if you know how to use all of them all together, just like, just what Rick said, you can use that once you get that zone, dial in on the lower time zone for entry. Exactly, just what Rick said. So yeah, something that you guys might want to play with. It's definitely useful. That's why it's important that you guys understand how each indicator works, because each indicator that I create has a different function. It's what's up, Cody? My dog's just chasing his tail. Stu really wants to go outside. Let's see. All right, want to come here and trade with me? All right, let's see. Rick said, I only learned all this because of you. Oh, yeah, no, exactly, Rick. All right, so let's see what we got over here. If I see anything, it's already 8 o'clock. So let me see if there's anything else for us to take. D said, oh my God, my dog's in my lap trading too. Yeah, Cody over here, his potty time is around 8 o'clock. That's why he's crying so much, because he wants to go out. So go do his business. But yeah, let me see if there's anything else here, guys. If we don't have, well, I'm probably not going to take anything because it's already after 8. So let's see. I was really hoping we'd probably get a variation or something right here for a sell so that I can write it down, but I don't see anything right now. All right, buddy, we're gonna go down right now. All right, chill out. Chill out. All right, so yeah, guys, I think that's it for the session. If you guys have any other questions, always feel free to email me or message me. There was no variation or anything coming up right now where I can write this down. I might just like check the charts every once in a while to make sure that it's not coming down yet. But when it does come down, I mean, hopefully there's an entry where we can probably write it down. But if you guys do see anything, you guys always feel free to pop into the group and post it up so that other people can take a look as well. Well, there just isn't anything for us to take. Biden is now speaking. It's about 8 o'clock. So it's starting to be a bit risky. Anyways, looking at the rest of the profits here, like I mentioned earlier, Scotty locked in 651. Nice work, Scotty. Narith over here locked in 9,000. Great work, Narith. I'm still negative for the day, but I'm glad I see a lot of you guys here still profit a lot. Patricia over here as well, 4,400. Nice work, Patricia. Paul over here, his little markup. Nice. Take a look at that later, Paul. Let's see. Yeah, no, definitely, Omar. Omer, glad to have you part of the group. It's just the beginning, so you're gonna have lots to look over time. Scotty over here now currently at 1,021. Nice work, Scotty. And then Sisuk over here currently up 7,000. Nice work, Sisuk. I think that's it for now, guys. I don't see anything else here. Jason over here locked in a total of 1,546. Damn, you guys are all killing it today. I'm glad to see all you guys here still profiting, even though I took an L today. It's all good. I'm going to bounce back later. Yeah, Joshua said, because Joshua posted his profits, he got nothing on his chart. So this is one thing that we talked about with Joshua and a couple other people, guys. Not taking a loss is considered a win. If you have a day with no trades and you don't have any losses, you guys can consider that a win because you didn't lose anything. So main thing here is to be disciplined and stay focused. Jay over here, he said, got to keep this going. I gotta stay focused and disciplined. So Jay over here is up 16,000 for the day. Wow, nice work, Jay. He had one loss there. It looks like it was an accident, but the rest were all straight wins. So great work right there, Jay. Kodi, hold on, buddy. I'm almost done. And CERN over here currently up. So CERN today locked in 7,000 euros. And then on the 20th yesterday, locked in 4,000 euros. So great work right there, CERN. Other than that, I think that's it for right now. I don't really see any other profits here. If you guys have more profits to send in, go ahead and send them over. Isaac over here as well. Isaac said one more trade. Isaac actually locked in a bit more right here. Locked in a total of 22,000. Wow, for the day. That's crazy. Nice work right there, Isaac. And then his other account, 22,740. So crazy profits across both accounts right there, Isaac. And Isaac is like literally, like if you scroll up, Isaac said that he was just listening to my analysis and just taking trades as he saw them come. So great work right there, Isaac. I think I might be doing the same thing you're doing, because if I'm going to have a 20K day, just following my my trades or my analysis, I mean, it looks pretty solid. Steven's asking what size, Isaac. I don't know. It looks like he's taking a 10 lot. So I'm assuming this is a 200K account. So yeah, Isaac did pretty crazy. 20K off this account, 20K off this account. That's fire. So yeah, there was a version 2 buy right here, guys, but I'm not looking to take any buys because Biden is speaking right now. But yeah, looks like Brock, you might have caught it. All right, guys, it's 8:06 right now. I gotta go walk my dog. So if you guys have questions, feel free to message me. Otherwise, I will see you guys back here on Monday, where we will have a little better organization. I think I'm just going to be analyzing. No more questions for me during the live session. I'll probably answer them at the end. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. So have a great weekend. Be safe. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you guys want to go play around with the with that thing that I just showed you guys earlier, I think you guys will have a lot of fun playing around with it. I know a lot of you guys are having a lot of fun with the liquidity zones. So, I mean, we're just getting started, guys. It's January. So we got a whole year ahead of us. And yeah, catch you guys back here on Monday. Until then, guys. So see you guys and enjoy your weekend. And we'll see you guys back in the province come Monday. So see you guys. Have